You're not dramatic. Your nervous system is exhausted. And honestly, look at your year. 2025 drained you. Not the cute kind of tired where you just need a nap and an iced coffee. No, this year wrung you out like a cheap kitchen sponge that's been through way too many battles. You've been running on fumes, patching yourself together with sheer willpower and one functioning brain cell. And the wild part? You're about to drag all that emotional debris into 2026 like carry-on luggage you didn't even want to pack. Let's stop that. Let's actually talk about why you feel like this and how to finally let go of a year that took way more from you than it gave. Here's the real reason the year felt heavy. You weren't just tired. You were mentally overextended. Like your brain has been running 42 tabs at 3% battery. This year, you weren't just living your own life. You were also the therapist friend, the emotional shock absorber, the designated peacekeeper, the unpaid crisis manager, the person who fixes everything except their own sanity. Overthinkers don't just exist. We micromanage every possible outcome like we're running a simulation that nobody asked for. And because you were on high alert all year, your brain treated everything like a potential threat. Someone replied late? Panic? Plans changed? Panic? Someone's tone sounded off? Oh, wow. Panic again. That's not drama. That's a nervous system that's been doing overtime with no benefits package. Then pile on the stuff you didn't deal with, the old wounds you kept brushing off, the habits you outgrew but still clung to because comfort feels safer than change, the boundaries you tried to set but bent every time someone looked mildly disappointed. Yeah, all of that adds up. And suddenly, the tiniest inconvenience, a text you didn't like, a plan that fell through, a person being mildly annoying, feels like the universe personally targeted you. You weren't weak. You were running on emotional debt. And by December, it felt like you aged 5 years in 12 months. Not because you're broken, but because you've been operating in survival mode while calling it, I'm fine. You're not fine. You're overloaded. And that's exactly why 2026 needs to be different. Before you bail on 2025 like it's a toxic situationship, you need to understand what exactly drained you. Because if you don't know the leak, you're just going to drag the same nonsense into 2026 and call it fresh start. When it's literally the same playlist, same patterns, same chaos. So here's your audit. Pick one area to dissect: identity, boundaries, coping habits, or self-worth. Don't overthink it. Your brain already knows the answer. It's that category you mentally flinched at just now. Now ask yourself the one question that exposes everything. Where did I abandon myself the most this year? Was it identity? Did you shapeshift depending on who you were with because you didn't want to rock the boat? Did you forget your own preferences because someone else's comfort always felt more urgent? Was it boundaries? Did you say yes while every part of you was screaming no? Did you let people overstay in your life because kicking them out felt like drama? Was it coping habits? Did you numb instead of rest? Scroll instead of feel? Keep busy so you wouldn't have to confront the real issue? Was it self-worth? Did you tolerate people who breadcrumbed you emotionally? Did you stay in situations where the bare minimum felt like better than nothing? Did you shrink yourself because being low maintenance felt safer than being honest? Don't sugarcoat this part. You already spent a year doing that. Most of your exhaustion wasn't physical. It wasn't your schedule, your workload, or your sleep. It was the constant emotional self-betrayal. Tiny repeated. Quiet decisions where you chose peace for everyone else but chaos for yourself. This is the stuff that drains you quietly. This is the stuff you keep pretending isn't a big deal. This is the stuff you absolutely cannot take into 2026. And the moment you name what drained you, you finally stop being controlled by it. Here's the part where we stop being dramatic and start being intentional, not aesthetic, not delusional, not new year, new me propaganda, just actual emotional recalibration. 2026 is not your reinvention era. It's your recalibration era, the year you stop trying to become a whole different person and start becoming the person you were supposed to be before life exhausted you. People love to hype big transformations like personality makeovers, glow ups, and identity resets. Cute, but not necessary. You don't need a new personality. You need new emotional settings. You need an update, not a factory reset. And the mindset shift that changes everything is this. You are not required to carry every outdated version of yourself into a new year. The exhausted version of you, retire them. The overly responsible version, job terminated. The peacekeeping, boundaryless, always-on, emotional caretaker version, thank them for their service, then let them clock out permanently. You don't have to keep performing roles you outgrew. You don't have to keep being the strong one just because everyone got used to it. You don't have to keep overfunctioning to make up for people who underfunction. Now, who are you bringing into 2026? Bring the version that knows when to pause instead of pushing through. Bring the version that doesn't chase people, attention, or validation. Bring the version that takes their time instead of rushing because everyone else is in a hurry. Bring the version that finally understands exhaustion is not a personality trait. Bring the version that can say, that's enough, without spiraling afterward. 2026 is not the year you prove anything. It's the year you rebuild quietly without broadcasting every step. It's the year your boundaries get sharper, your energy gets cleaner, and your peace stops being negotiable. No big dramatic reinvention arc. Just a steady, sustainable shift into someone who actually feels like you. Before the day ends. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, not when life slows down. Today, do this. Write down one decision you made in 2025 that made you miserable. Just one. No overthinking, no journaling marathon. Pick the one choice that keeps replaying in your head like a bad rerun. Then write the version of that decision you'll make in 2026. Not the perfect version, not the aesthetic version, the honest, healthy version. Maybe it's choosing rest instead of guilt, choosing boundaries instead of people-pleasing, choosing honesty instead of pretending you're fine, choosing distance instead of tolerating bare minimum behavior, choosing yourself without apologizing for it. One switch, one clean rewrite. That's your first real step into a lighter year. And here's the call out. If you can't change one decision on paper, you're never going to change it in real life. So write it, say it out loud. Commit to it. Then walk into 2026 like someone who finally stopped carrying weight that was never yours to begin with.